Hi everyone, it's your boy Ricky here with Honeybee Stamps, and I'm so excited because I am showing you a part of the new release that is coming out next week. We are going to be using the Buzzword stamp set, the matching dies. We're going to be using some cardstock here, some various pieces from scraps, some black pieces, a card base, some holographic. We're also going to be using this fabulous set of cards that you get with your order of $75 or more. These are very beautiful. They're pretty much a card front, if I can get it out into focus here. But they're pretty much a card front that you can place right on top of a card panel or a card base and send it out. There's some really gorgeous colors here. I love the floral prints. Oh my gosh, I love the hearts. I, I love all of it, you guys. I cannot say enough about these. They are so pretty. I just can't. They are so awesome. But anyway, I'm going through here showing you some of the prints and just going back and forth here. There are some black and whites and all that good stuff. So this is going to be the piece that we use. It's going to be the X's and O's that are in the shape of hearts. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and pull off the U dies from this and go ahead and get those cut out. And basically what I'm doing is I'm doing a layered effect here. I'm going to do 2 layers with black cardstock and 1 layer with the holographic paper that you saw earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and get the 2 black layers here onto the paper, and we're going to stick it through the die cutting machine. And then once that's out, you're going to see them popped out here. And now I'm going to go ahead and get the red pieces onto the die cutting machine as well. And we'll go ahead and get that cut through as well. And like I said, I just used a random scrap piece of paper. You could pretty much use any color you wanted. I just kind of wanted this, like, you know, a touch of fancy on this card. So I decided to put some holographic paper on there. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and start layering the pieces together. I'm going to use some Honeybee Stamps Precision Tip Glue here. I'm going to place it on the back of the letter Y and go ahead and place that down onto the die cut here. Now you can't really see it here, but there is stitching on the die cut. Because the cardstock is black, you just really can't see that. We're going to do the same thing with the O here and go ahead and get that placed down onto the die cut. And then we will also do the same thing with the U. Use the same glue. We'll go ahead and get that glued down. And then we'll also start on the next layer. Now, looking back at this, I kind of feel like maybe I should have left the top layer off and just left this the way it is. But you know what? You live and you learn. You try it next time when you go to do your next card. That's basically what you do. So I'm going to go ahead and place the black letters onto the last layer here. And that's just going to leave a little bit of red around. And it's enough shiny to make it look, look like it has a touch of fancy on it. But I still like the way the card came out. I just wish maybe I would have left this last layer off and, maybe did that with a different color or something. The next thing we're going to do is go ahead and get the sentiment off of this. I'm doing this from the stamp set, and I'm just going to do the basic I love. And what I'm going to do is grab a acrylic block here, and we're going to use some of the new Honeybee Stamps embossing ink pad here. And it's real juicy, you guys. We all kind of need this because we do embossing all the time in our lives. So it's perfect that they have one, and we could go ahead and, have it with all of our collections here. I'm going to dust off some of the white embossing powder here because, black cardstock, white embossing powder, it's usually a problem because you have a lot of powder sticking to it, but it was fine. I just brushed it off. I did a heat embossing, and I went ahead and got my little miniature cutter here. This is brand new. You can get this over at Honeybee Stamps too. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that sentiment out. And now that we have that out, we are going to start cutting the bigger cardstock pieces. So I wanted to cut this because it's going to be a frame, It's going to frame uh, the floral background. And I'm not for sure why I stopped here. I think I was just making sure I was in the right spot. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that, and then go ahead and cut the pattern paper to 4 by 5 1/4. And now what I'm going to do is place the glue on the black part since there's a cutout there. And the reason I did this is because I wanted to save paper, you guys. There's no reason in cutting out, um, the words just out of black and then discarding that when you could just put this over it. No one's going to even know that you cut out the words from it because it's going to be on the back of a card base. So I'm going to go ahead and get that glued down onto the card base. And is it going to be even? Is my head going to show up? Oh, it did not, but it is even. Miracles happen, you guys. Miracles happen. All right, now that we have that, I'm going to go ahead and glue down the U to the card. It's just going to go flat down onto the card. And I'm going to try to place this in the middle on every side. I don't think I was very successful here. I probably should have moved it up just a little bit more, but oh, I did, actually. Okay, there we go. It is in the middle. Yay! I made this video, you think I'd remember, right? Nope. Anyway, we're going to place some 3M foam tape on the back of the I love, and we're going to place that on top of the U. And at first I thought this card was done, but I was like, no, it still needs a little bit of touch of fancy. So we are just going to pull out some red sequins here and gonna figure out where exactly I want them to be on the card. Usually I just kind of throw them on the card and where they land is where they land, but that really didn't work this time. So I got them all separated. I got them to the area that they want to be. And we are then going to go ahead and start gluing this down. I'm going to take my Honeybee Stamps tweezers along with my glue and go ahead and get that stamp, or go ahead and get all of these glued down. So while I'm doing that, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, this is a sneak peek of what's to come, coming out next week. You guys are going to be super excited to see this. It's a really good release. Starting today, you're going to start seeing sneak peeks of everything for 3 or 4 days. So make sure you keep an eye out over on Instagram, over on Honeybee Stamps and all their designers, and check out all the new creations that they make along with this release. Also make sure you head over to Honeybee Stamps Instagram and check them out. You can also check me out on Instagram by searching for Bromero Cards, and you can also find me on YouTube with the same name. So thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it. Honeybee Stamps really appreciates you watching these videos and supporting us. And I hope that you guys have a great week. So I'll talk with you later. Bye.